To there, Friday tea time. It's time to continue taking you through the world of wine with the help of our resident expert, Mr. Tom Canavan.
Hey. Hi, Tom.
With a selection of bottles. Where are we going this year? Oh, we've got a clue.
Hola.
It's Italy then.
We're in Spain. A really interesting country for wine, Spain, because everybody knows Rioja. But it's been a country that's been changing fast over the last 20 or 30 years, and lots of new regions coming along, lots of new grapes, lots of new places to explore. So I thought time to have a look at it with three interesting wines.
Excellent. What's up first?
OK, first up we're going for a white. Now this is the Vega del Riena, and it's a grape called Verdejo. It comes from an area called Rueda, which is in the northwest of Spain. This one's £7.99 in Majestic, although if you're quick, it's on offer at £5.99 until the 30th of this month, which is Tuesday, I think.
Oh, nice tip.
So, from Rueda, and try a little sniff of this one. It's a lovely, fresh, aromatic style of wine, a bit like a Sauvignon Blanc. Have a little sip too.
Nice.
Lovely freshness.
Lovely,
it's got all that
like,
kind of fresh, zesty lemon, a bit of that kind of pea-poddy, kind of herbal character, which is really nice. It's in Sauvignon Blanc too. And a cracking wine for grilled sardines or prawns or something like that, you know, those kind of foods, fresh and summery.
Yeah, we like that one, don't we?
like that,
That's
yeah, that
really
gets
lovely.
nice.
That a lot.
I
That's a
like
lovely one, £5.99. Now, the second one up, we're going to a rosé, and this comes from a big company called Torres that you might have heard of.
Yes.
Their wines are very, very popular, family-owned company. There is a Mr. Torres. And this is the Torres Vinhasol Rosé. It's a 2008, and this one is £6.29 in Morrison's. This comes from another kind of new region up quite close to Barcelona, close to the French border. And the grapes used in it are Grenache and Carignan, which are actually the same grapes grown in France just across the border. So beautiful kind of fresh
Oh, lovely.
strawberry, raspberry. It's real red fruit.
It's a real taste of summer, this.
Isn't it? It's a summer pudding kind of wine,
Yeah.
you know, absolutely beautiful. And in the palate, it's got the fruit, but it's dry enough to make it food friendly too, I think. Again, I would put this with a kind of French charcuterie plate with cold meats, cheeses, you know, some pickles, things like that. They're beautiful wine for
Now
that.
with cheese.
Cheese, Michelle.
You've done
After
it.
last week, your stinkers, frankly, last week.
You were pleased
be honest,
last week, Tom.
You have redeemed yourself so far this week.
Well,
Mr.
that's
Canavan.
good. I knew I was in the Last Chance Saloon this week because you hated
don't
my
wanna-
little
you
bottle.
don't
Last
wanna face-
orders in the Last Chance Saloon last week.
You don't want to face McManus with a bad wine on Friday.
A bad
That's what
wine, no,
happens.
low
finally.
alcohol. Right, final wine. OK, let's go on and see if we can make it 3 out of 3. Final one's a red. This is the Ramat Abadia 2007. It's from Oddbins at £7.99, and this comes from another one of these new regions called Costers del Segre, which is also quite close to Barcelona, so that's the northeast of Spain. This one's a blend of 2 grapes, Tempranillo and Cabernet Sauvignon, and if you have a little sniff...
So that's a French grape and a Spanish grape.
That's exactly
together,
it, Steve. In some ways, that kind of sums up the changes in Spain. They've kind of opened up and welcomed the influence from other people, other winemakers, other grapes. And isn't that lovely? It's soft.
For a red
It's
wine,
juicy.
I love it.
Michelle, you're converted.
You have converted me, well done there. I like 3
That's
types of
beautiful.
wine.
It's delicious, isn't it? Beautiful strawberry, black fruits as well, plums, vanilla, a little bit of chocolate. Perfect for, I think it'd be really good with something like a gammon steak or roast pork, because it's quite soft too. You know, it's not as firm in the tannins as some. Lovely wine.
But you're right, when I think of Spanish wines, I always think of a Rioja. I never think of it past that, but these have just been great. What's been your favourite?
It's actually really hard to decide. I like the white. I did like the white at the beginning, but they're all really good wines. What about you, Michelle?
Do you know what mine has been the red?
I
You
read
never
that
choose
again.
the red, do you?
I never choose the red. Red is the last bottle in my cupboard to go.
What
I mean,
about
it goes, don't get me wrong, but it's the last
What
one
about you,
to
Tom? If you were to choose one of these 3, which would it be for you?
Well, you know, they're all delicious. The sun is shining today. Well, it was when I last looked. So I'd maybe go for the white, but the red's a beauty.
Okay.
Red is
And
a
where are
beauty.
you taking us next week?
Next week's going to be... Well, next week's interesting because it's New Zealand. We've got a 2010 vintage wine, which is interesting because in Europe the grapes are still in the vine. But we're going to look at all sorts of varieties, not just Sauvignon Blanc.
All right, OK, so vintage in 2010.
What a treat.
We
Should
will
be
look
good.
forward to that. Tom Canavan, thank you very
Thank you
much.
very
Have a good weekend.